Hey, it's Jeremy here. Today I want to be showing you how to warp some objects and type in Illustrator CC. It's pretty fun to do and pretty cool. You can get some nice effects and distortion, and it's really easy to use. So what we're going to do, make sure you select your object first, whatever it is, type or a shape. And we're going to go to Object, top left hand corner. Select that, go down to Envelope Distort, and we're going to go to Make with Warp. You can see it's got the shortcut key, Alt Shift Control W, or you can just click it. So now you'll get this box with the warp options, and we have these really cool styles. So if you click this drop down arrow, you'll get all these cool styles. You can click through these, or just put your mouse over it and just scroll, and you can see how the type is actually changing and being manipulated. You also have some more options. You can actually select horizontal or vertical. So you can click these and it's going to change the way it looks. As you can see that one's like horizontally and one's vertically, and you can see it has some different effects on it, which is pretty cool. You can also actually change the bend as well. You can see it's on 50% usually, and you can just drag this to get a different effect. So you can see that I'm playing around and it's changing it. You can get some nice effects, but be aware because you can actually stuff it up. If you do it too much, it looks too distorted and you can't read the type, especially when you're working with type. Don't do it too much, just do it like a little bit. I try and stay within like 30%, not too much. But you can see you can also change it and it's going to have different effects. You can also come down here and edit it and manipulate it even more with horizontal or vertical. So if you want to be really specific and get a specific look, you can do it this way. And you can see this is a cool way to do type. It looks like it's going into the distance. And you can even move it like that to get some really weird effects. And you can just play around with it and even bend it and get some cool effects. So yeah, that's what I usually use. And it's pretty fun to play around with it. But just keep in mind that the type, when you're working with type, don't do it too much because it will stuff it up. So just press OK. Yeah, so we have it distorted like that. You can also do it with shapes as well. So I'm going to do the same thing. You can make like a flag shape and do whatever. So cool. Now I've just got like a cool shape, and I can go and edit this. So before we can edit these things, you can see that when you select it, it's got the object, it's got the warp shape on it. To edit this, you can see if I select this, go to the top hand corner and you'll get the option. So you can see it says object type envelope warp, and it says edit envelope. So we can go here and edit the styles and stuff here. Just like this. Sometimes it might not work, especially when you're working with type, it will have a weird effect. But you can select it from here. You can also change settings from here, vertical, horizontal, edit the bend. But you can see if you edit the bend, it actually doesn't do anything. It's gonna, it's like a bug, it doesn't work. It just moves it across. You can also move the horizontal or the vertical like this. I'm just gonna Control Z that. You can see it like stuffs it up, it doesn't really edit it. So another way we can edit it as well, if we go back to Object, Envelope Distort, you can go to Reset with Warp. If I click that, you can reset it and you can actually do it again. And it's better to do it this way so you have more control over it and it doesn't stuff up. So you can do it like that, and I can just edit it just like that, and it's going to be changed. If we want the shape to come out of this warp, what we can do is go back to Object, go to Envelope Distort, and go to Release. If you click release, it's actually going to take that shape, or it's going to take that type out of that warp object or warp shape. So you can see I've got the warp shape here, and I can change the color of it, whatever, and it's there, and I have my original shape. Same thing goes for type. I can go back to the type, and we can go release. But instead of release, we can actually expand it. So if you want to keep this, if you want to keep this shape and this warp and distortion, we go to expand. And what it's going to do now, it's actually going to expand it as a shape. So you can see it's all points now, and it recognizes that it was one shape, and we can change the color and do all that crazy stuff. Another thing to note as well, instead of releasing it, we can actually just use this type, and we can actually go Object, Envelope Distort, and you can actually edit it as well. So we can go to Edit Contents, or if you can go up the top here, and you can click this button called Edit Contents here. If you click that, it will allow us to edit the contents within that distortion. So I can go back in here, type some words. I can even change the color here as well. Just like that. And you can see I can edit it, and it's going to still have that warp effect onto it. And I can always go back. If you see, go back left hand corner, it goes Edit Envelope. Click that, and you can edit it again. And I can move these points and whatever. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing we can do as well, we can edit with mesh. So almost like this circle. go to Object, Envelope Distort, I'm going to make with Mesh. So this will allow us to create even more detail distortion. So if I go Preview, you can edit rows and columns and get a lot of dots. It gets pretty crazy, so be careful, don't do too many. But this is if you want to do some really more high detail, and if you have more lighting or you have a complex object, you can do it this way. So I'm going to press OK, and I can come in here and I can select these points, and I can actually move these points and manipulate this circle the way I want it. And you can see you have a lot more flexibility, but it's not always good to use this effect, but it's pretty handy if you want to get some really crazy shapes. And you can always go back and edit it. You can go reset envelope shape at the top here. You can add some more columns, but you can see it's going to affect the shape, so be careful when you're doing that. And also in the top left hand corner, you can go edit contents. So I can go in here, edit this circle. I can change the color. I can edit the original shape as well and get some weird shapes. Or I can just go back to the mesh, click that, and then I can go back to this mesh and I can change it and do all sorts of crazy stuff. So yeah, that's how you pretty much warp objects and type, guys. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel for more design content every week.